Hi, in this video I want to show you an amazing gambit in the classical Italian game that you can use to shock and beat your opponents in online chess. By the way, I prepared all theory according to the online chess database. So we will predict the moves of your opponents and I will show you the ways how to play against them and receive a winning position. My name is Pavel Martinov and welcome you to my YouTube channel, and let's start our excursion. So we are going through the classical line, coming to the Italian, c3, knight f6, d4, e takes d4, and c takes d4 is the common move with a lot of theory, but I prepared for you a nice gambit. Starts with the b4, very rare move. I paid my attention because Daniel Dubov played this variation. So basically black has two ideas, bishop e7 or bishop b6. According to the online database, bishop b6 is the best. If bishop e7, then we can come to some position like that. e5, knight goes e4, b5. Basically e5 and b5 are our typical ideas. Knight e5 here, everything is pretty forced basically. Queen a4, so the knight feels himself really uncomfortable here. c5, the strongest according to the computer, and for instance like castle, rook e1, that would be a nice line for white. It's harder to play with black there because the knight is out and white has a dominative pawn. The bishop looks to h7, the queen can be connected to the game somehow, so this position is really interesting. After b4, bishop b6 is the main line, so e5, that is our idea. And here black has several moves. Knight e4, as Sergei Karakin played against Daniel Dubov. d5, the main line according to the online database. And strange move knight g4, that is basically popular online. Why it's strange? Because after knight g4 we can just capture in d4, and honestly computer suggests here as the strongest knight takes d4. I don't want to overload you with the variations. I bet on your level no one will take on d4, so white just connected the center, we can move h3, we can do castle and so on. Nice position, a dream position for Italian basically. So returning back, let's start with the most popular online approach, d5. Here we are going with take on f6, everything is forced. Takes on c4, queen goes e2 check. Bishop e6, the main. If king goes on f8, then we just can go b5. And after d3, queen e4, knight e5. Queen e5, what a move. I suppose that even online this move didn't exist as I remember, but it's basically very strong. If g6, then we can go bishop h6 with a strong attack. But if your opponent will take on f6 with a queen, that can be pretty automatical. Bishop a3, the bishop comes from the another side, and basically that is already done because after king g8 we can go queen a8 mate. So the game could over just in 14 moves, and looks like black even didn't make any mistakes. Okay, so that's why king f8 is not the best. Bishop e6 is the typical reaction. b5, we always want to treat that knight, and here the most popular idea is to go knight a5. F takes g7, rook g8, 6 takes d4. That is a kind of a critical position. According to the computer, the best line is like queen f6, and then after bishop g5, takes on g7, knight d2. Yes, white has ideas like knight e4, knight f6 somewhere. We can even think about castle and so on. So knight is out, the bishop is strong. I think that for white is easier to play, especially in an online blitz. But according to the player's database, after c takes d4, the main move of black is bishop takes d4. This move is losing immediately. I can just capture, bishop goes b2. And for example, after queen d3, that endgame, bishop f6, important move. I want to block the long castle for black. Queen e2, king e2, this position is already really winning for white. I will continue with rook d1, knight c3, I can do useful move a4, and basically this construction frozen black pieces, and it's like around +2 even according to the computer here, but it looks like really with advantage for white. So take this line, I bet your opponent will be catched in. But honestly, after like knight f5 as we recapped, basically the knight b4 is a stronger move in this position. Online is a really rare move. So that position could be like that. Here, rook g8, here, queen f6. Yes, black sacrificed, but they have a strong pawns that can move up. We're looking x-ray to the rook, so that could be interesting. But a4, we can just go. The computer goes crazy really here. Like queen g7, he goes just g3, castle, castle. Interesting position, interesting line. You can analyze additionally by yourself. Just wanted to show you one variation here because I think knight b4 won't exist in your games, but the position looks really crazy, so that's interesting. That's interesting at least. That is the game of chess. So returning back, also a d3 move, kind of like a popular one, maybe even the most popular according to the online database. But here we can just go queen e4, knight e5, takes, rook goes g8, and bishop g5. Our queen on e4 feels really good. And queen d5, I'm just going straight ahead to the main line of the online Lee chess database. Queen takes h7, king d7, and just castle. And this position is already winning for white. Like for example, queen b5, I can just go rook e1. My next move is knight d2. The king is in danger. The pawn is very strong. So basically, yeah, I'm controlling the E line, knight f5 tricks can appear, so that's definitely easier to play with white. And again, poor knight, poor king, so white have all chances to win, and even according to the computer, white's better. So returning back, the main lines that been used to play online are not the best, so you can use this. It's like in general about the d5 variation. Let's go to the next one line. The next line is knight e4. I mentioned this, that Sergei Karakin played this against Daniel Dubov. And everything after is again pretty forced. We're going bishop d5, forcing knight takes e3. Takes, takes, bishop g5. Uncomfortable for black. Knight goes e7 forced. Castle, h6, bishop h4. Computer recommends to play firstly g5 and then do the castle. But from the human side, it looks really disgusting. So, castle we will take as main. Rook e1. Rook e1 is a kind of an important move in that line that keeps the tension and improves the rook. So, queen goes e8 just to make the pin out. Bishop b3. We don't want to waste the bishop. a5. It looks okay because black needs to do something with these pieces, and to activate the rook to play a5, maybe having a4 threatening the bishop looks really amazing. But here, bishop goes f6, and white's creating serious troubles for black. Like after g takes f6, I will just capture there, and the line is open. I will take back the piece, and the king is destroyed. So it's not a solution to take the bishop on f6 for black. In the game, Sergei played a4, and after bishop c4, knight g6, queen d3. White attack is very logical. We just want to take on g6 using the pin to the king. d5, e takes, bishop e6. So here just black need to search like last moves just to save the game, not to lose immediately. And here queen takes g6 again, what a move. The queen suck. After rook takes e6, this position is already around to be winning for white. In the game was queen f7, bishop takes c3. So white's keeping the domination with the bishops and with the rook as well. And like after king h8, rook e4, queen f5, rook e7. By the way, we want to go bishop g7 with the checkmate. So rook g8 takes on g8, takes, d takes c7. White has a lot of material for the queen, and basically Dubov won this game in a really amazing style. So about this line, just to summarize, I made a quick excursion for you, and we analyzed the main ideas that were used on the online according to the online databases. I hope that I helped you try this gambit, and don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below the video. See you on my channel, guys.